In this episode, we're going to cover what you need to do if your business isn't getting customers or if you're not making money, and how and why you need to think about short-term versus long-term success. And whether you're just starting your business or you're already growing it, a software that has helped us over the last 5 years to really streamline our operations has been Jobber. We use this software to keep track of our customers' information, book out our schedule, send appointment reminders, employees clock in and out, and we basically run our entire business through Jobber. If you want to get a free 14-day trial plus a special discount, click the link down below and give it a try. Let's go ahead and get started with this episode. So I get DMs all the time of people asking like, hey, my business isn't growing. I'm not making any money. I'm not getting any customers. What should I do? And it's funny because I don't reply with this, but in my head, I'm like, well, if you don't have any customers, you need to go out and get customers, right? Like it's pretty clear cut what you need to do if your business isn't growing and if you're not making money. Like if you're not making money, well, you need to go make money. If you're not getting customers, well, you need to go get customers, right? And obviously, I kind of said that jokingly in my head, but it's kind of true. Like that's basically what you have to do. That is your next problem, your main problem that you need to solve. Like your business isn't growing. Okay, go grow it. How do you grow it? You need customers. As straightforward as that could be. Now it's pretty obvious, and I have my notes here, so I'm looking at my phone. And it's pretty obvious that like that should be the thing. But when you're starting your business, when you're trying to figure out what it is you need to do, it's very easy to think like, oh, I need to go do these things and that thing and this thing and that thing, and you feel like you're pushing your business forward. You feel like you're making progress. You feel like you're doing things to point you in the right direction, but it ends up just being busy work, right? Busy work is you're doing things, you're completing tasks, you're moving around, you're doing things on the business, but you're not actually being productive. Like you're not moving the needle forward in terms of what's most important. Because if you start your business and you spend most of your time researching tools and products, researching what van you need to buy, researching the kind of business cards and the t-shirts and hats and these things that you want to buy, and you're researching, the whatever, you might be busy. You might be spending long hours doing these things. It might feel like you're being productive, but at the end of all that, you didn't get anything done. You didn't get any customers. You didn't generate more leads. You didn't make more money, So a part of starting your business, growing your business, and growing your business at any point is being able to prioritize what is actually most important at that given time. So like if you are a brand new detailer, right? Like maybe you've been detailing for 6 months. Yeah, maybe at that time, it's still a main priority for you to develop your skills and to get more knowledge and education on detailing, on the chemicals, on the services, on interior, on exterior. Like maybe that is a priority. Maybe you have enough experience and you're wondering, well, what's the next step that I should do? Well, you should probably stop learning about detailing, right? And I'm not saying it in the sense of, oh, like you're done with detailing, you can go grow a business now. But what I'm saying is, what's the highest priority at that time? So maybe you spend 80% of your time on actually growing your business and marketing and doing things like that, and the 20% you still spend on detailing, right? So don't ever think I'm saying like, oh well, it's never a one-sided thing. It's never a black and white of like, oh, okay, I'm a good detailer now, so I never have to learn again, or I don't have to practice anymore. No, it's just at the time of what you're doing, where you are in your business, what phase you're in, that's what's going to dictate where you spend your time and energy. And it's going to fluctuate. It's going to change over time. Like I for sure don't spend that much time watching YouTube videos of detailers, right? Like I don't really look at how-to videos on how to clean an interior or how to polish paint or how to clean an engine or how to, not that, it's like I'm above it and I don't need to learn. No, it's just I've already gone through that several times over the last, however many years. where it's like I kind of know the information now. Now, if there's a specific problem, if there's a new tool that I might want to purchase, if there's something I need to learn, yeah, I'll go back on YouTube or I'll ask detailers and get their opinion. But it's like that's not a heavy focus of me at this point because I've been detailing now for 14 years now. You would think I have a good understanding of what I need to do. But again, if there are situations where I need help, I don't know, yeah, I'll go learn it. I'll go watch YouTube videos or listen to a podcast or whatever. But again, you'll focus on what you need to focus on depending on the phase that you're in. Now, for sure, if you are struggling, if you're not making money, if you're just not where you want to be, stop doing things that you're doing right now. All right. And actually, a quick side note is I have a course, SEO for Detailers, right? It's a very in-depth, full-out course on how to rank your website on the first page of Google to generate leads and sales. Like that's the goal, right? To get your website on the first page of Google. I think there's like 16, 19 hours of content because it's very in-depth. Like it's not an easy course to go through in terms of time, right? Like it's not like mathematics or anything, but it is very easy as far as, it's not easy as far as time. Like because there's so much to learn. I distill I break everything down. Now, and this is going to lead me to my next point of like, whatever you're doing right now is not working. And you need to stop doing that and go do something else. And the way I connected to my point about the course is that I've had people say, "Oh man, like I was really expecting something different than the course. I already know all this information." And when they say that, meaning like, "Hey, your course wasn't valuable because I already knew all the information that I was taught in your course." And then in my head, I'm thinking, if you already knew all this information, why did you need another course? And if you do know all this information, why is your website not ranked on the first page of Google yet? And if your website is not ranked on the first page of Google yet, how are you currently generating all your leads? And I say that because if you're saying like, if I tell you, oh, okay, and this is just an example, I'm not trying to sell it, just as an example because it just happened not too long ago. I'm like, oh yeah, the way we generate most of our sales is through SEO, search engine optimization, and like, oh well, yeah, I already know all that, man. But what's another method? It's like, well, what's wrong with SEO? Oh, it's just I already know all the information. Oh, but are you getting leads to your website? No, but man, I already get all that. Oh, so you understand all the knowledge, you know what to do, and you're still not doing it, or you're not getting results. So whatever you're doing right now, it's not working. It doesn't mean what you're doing doesn't work. It's just the way that you're doing it might not be working. So like if you say, oh, well, I'm spending $500 a month on Google ads and it's not working, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means the way you're doing it is not working, right? Same thing with anything, posting on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Google ads, Instagram ads, SEO, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means what you're doing and how you're doing it is not working and you have to change it. Pretty straightforward. Some easy things to do right now though is if you're just getting started and you're looking at things like business cards, logos, if you're looking at buying gear as far as like branded gear, if you're looking at tools and products to purchase or what's the best is, those aren't the things that make you money. Now, do they have a place in your business that you have to do that? Of course. Like again, there's a time and place for everything. It all depends on where you are with your business, right? Looking for insurance, right? Like that's also a thing like that's important to have. Opening an LLC, opening a bank account. Those are all very important things to do. Don't get me wrong. There's a time and place for all of that. But if you're just getting started, trust me, that is not something that's of importance. Like your main focus should be to market your business to generate more leads and sales. That is what will change your business entirely, right? Your goal should be to get more leads on a daily basis. Like that line right there should change everything about what you do in your business. Your goal should be to generate more consistent leads on a daily basis. So if you're currently getting 5 leads a week, so let's call it like one lead a day, you need to increase that to 3 leads a day. And if you're getting 3 leads a day, you need to increase that to 5 leads a day. And if you're getting 5 leads a day, you need to increase that to 8 leads a day. And if you're getting 8 leads a day, you need to increase that to 12 leads a day. And if you're getting 12 leads a day, you get the point. The more leads you generate, the more opportunity you have to book a customer in. Now, when you get higher volume, obviously you want high quality leads, right? Now, with higher volume, what that means is that you also get an increase of not qualified customers. So the more you always want to aim for high quality leads, but obviously it just happens. You'll get some not good leads. So you get more opportunities to close a deal, to book in a job. So the more leads you get and the more customers you book in, it doesn't matter if you get more like not ideal leads, because you're already getting and booking higher quality leads in, right? Like if you talk to 10 people per week or 60 people per week, which one do you have more of? And assuming all like the quality of the leads are the same, right? You would just by default, because of the numbers, you'll book in more customers if you talk to 60 people per week versus 10 people a week. Assuming all things else are equal, right? The way you communicate your services, the way you pitch your services, the way that you price your services, the quality of leads that come in. Assume all things are the same. If you talk to 60 people in 1 week instead of 10 people in 1 week, you are going to make more money. You're going to book more jobs, right? So that should be the name of the game. And like, if that's your first time hearing that should change your business entirely. Your goal should be to get more qualified leads into your business on a daily basis. That will change everything, because then now, if someone reschedules, if someone cancels, if there's a rainy day, you're not like, oh my God, well, we lost the $300. What are we going to do? You're not worried about that, because your phone is ringing with people wanting the book. You're getting emails with people wanting to book. You're having previous customers calling you back wanting the book. You have previous customers texting you saying, hey, do you have a spot open for next week? That is a big difference in how you run your business and how you make money, and the confidence that you have, in the stress that you have. That is a big, big difference, knowing that you have a marketing system in place, whichever one that is constantly generating you quality leads into your business. It changes how you do things entirely. And guess what? Learning about, I don't know, more tools and products, or looking at what logo you want. I mean, we have a logo now because I needed a logo to put on our shirts. But I got that logo I think like 2 years ago. No, okay, call it like 3 years ago. I made that. No, yeah, like 2.5 years ago. I probably made that logo. 2.5 years ago. There's a lot of you detailers that have a way better logo than me, longer than I did, because that just wasn't a priority. Like I didn't care about the logo. I didn't care about, like, it wasn't an impactful thing to do. And granted, like even now, I mean, I think I paid like $50 for that logo because I got it done on, I forgot where. It wasn't 99 Designs. Was it? I don't know. Anyways, it was also a cheap logo, but it's the one that we have on our shirts. It's on our website. Like it's a fine looking logo. But again, I got it like 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, because that wasn't a priority. It's not a thing that had an impact on my business. Same thing with our van that we no longer have. But for however many years I was mobile, for the 14 years that we were mobile, I didn't have a fully wrapped van. I mean, for a while I did, but it wasn't a full wrap. It was more like decals. I never had a fully wrapped van because it wasn't a priority. I wasn't worried about getting, like, of all the years, we never relied on the van. Yeah, I feel like I'm peeking. We never relied on the van generating leads or customers. Like that was never a thing. A lot of people talk about like, oh man, like you want to be a rolling billboard and this. I never did that. I never spent money on that. I didn't care for it. And yet our schedule was still booked. Now, for me, it wasn't a priority. For you, it might be, but to me, that was never a lead source for our business. Like that it was never a thing. And I say this to say though, like you need to choose what's a high priority task for you. To me, it wasn't. Was it ever an issue? Did we ever not book someone in because our van wasn't wrapped? Did we get looked at sideways when we went to the customer's location? Never. Never. And again, I say it to say like, there's probably a lot of things that you're going through in your business that you think, oh, well, I need to have that. Oh, well, everyone has this, so I must have that too. And oh man, well, I can't do business without that. And well, no, how are customers going to look at me if I don't have this? Trust me, bro. If you get other things right in your business, for instance, you know what's more important than getting your van wrapped, than having a logo, than having branded shirts and whatever that you wear, is having a lot of 5-star reviews on your Google Business Profile page, right? Like, you want to build instant trust with strangers, meaning potential customers. Go get as many 5-star reviews as you can, and not just 5-star reviews where like it's just a 5-star rating on your profile, but have like customers, and you can't force anyone. But what I'm saying is that you offered such a great experience to the customer that they want to write this long paragraph about how they found you, how you were so communicative about your services, how you were the best option in terms of all the other people that they reached out to, about even though you are expensive, you were worth every penny, and that they recommend you, and that they're going to tell other friends and family members about you. That is the kind of review you want, because now, like at that point, it doesn't matter if you show up in a van, in a truck, in a sedan, in a Mustang. If they see, well, this guy's got 100 reviews, 50 reviews, 400 reviews with a 4.9 star rating overall. Well, there's a reason why he has so many reviews, right? And that in itself already builds a lot more trust, right? Another thing that builds a lot more trust and confidence from the customer is the way you pick up the phone, the way you speak to them, the way that you onboard them in terms of maybe you talk to them about your services, you book them in, and then everything preceding that, right? Like if you book them in this Monday, and their appointment isn't until next Wednesday, and from the last time you spoke to them to when you show up at their front door, there was no other communication. You didn't send any reminder. You didn't confirm anything to the customer. They might be like, are they still showing up tomorrow? Like, let me call them real quick. And then let's see if they call, if they call you and you don't pick up, and you take forever to call back, like that is already a bad experience. But what if you booked them in on Monday, you send an appointment appointment confirmation that same day, that they have a text message saying, oh, okay, so my schedule's for next Wednesday. And then 3 days before their appointment, you send an automated appointment reminder or an email reminder, or you call them and say, hey, John, just want to make sure we're still good for Wednesday at 9 a.m. Oh, yes. Okay, great. I'll give you another text when I'm on my way. And then 3 days later, Wednesday morning, when it's 8:45, you text them saying, hey, I'll be there in 15 minutes. That's a far, before they ever see your van or see your truck or see how you look or see your uniform, that already paints such a stronger picture for the customer of how you handle yourself and how you carry your business and how you do business. Like, that is far more important than a logo. So let me go back to my notes because I've been ranting. So let's say, and this is some actionable things for if you're, I just kicked the camera. If you're just getting, if you're just starting your business and you're not making money or you need customers, whatever, here's some very immediate action steps you can take right now. So do you have any existing customers? Like, have you had someone pay you for your services, right? If you do, you can call or text them and see if they want to get another car scheduled in. Right? Like the barber that we go to, they just send through because there's a barber, or there's they use Booksy and Cuts, the Cut or something, right? Those are like what barbers use for appointments. My barber just sends like an email blast through his software, and it's like, hey, I have available spots this Friday. Like, that's it, right? What I'm saying is it's that simple to just communicate with your customer. So if you have existing customers that maybe it's been a month, maybe it's been a week, maybe it's been a year, I don't know. But maybe if you reach out to them and just call them or text them, doesn't have to be anything crazy, doesn't have to be super formal or anything. Like, it could just be super casual. Hey, John, we detailed your car 3 months ago. Did you want to get your Tahoe scheduled in like we talked about? Reach out to your pre-existing customers and just ask them if they want to get another car detailed, or if they want to get something on the schedule. You can also reach out to them and ask for a review, right? What I say, it's very important that you get a lot of 5-star reviews that build instant trust with strangers. So go out there and just ask for reviews, right? Next is you can reach out to them again, all your pre-existing customers, and ask for referrals, right? Now you can stagger them in terms of like maybe someone did leave a review, so you don't ask them for a review. You ask them if they want their car schedule, their other car detailed. Maybe you have someone that is, maybe it's been a while since you've reached, maybe talk to them or service their vehicle, and maybe you do ask them for a review, or maybe just ask them if they want another vehicle service. Like that's something you can do right now if you're getting started. If you're just not seeing any like that's just some easy things you can do right now because you already have pre-existing customers. Like they already know who you are. They already paid your services. They already know you do good work. Like just reach out to them and ask if they need another vehicle service, right? Just like the barber, just ask if they need something. Now long-term wise, this is long-term wise is long-term wise, meaning it's going to take time over a long period of time, right? So if you plan on being in business for the next 10 years, then you really need to start marketing your business in a long-term way, right? So for instance, I started doing my SEO, search engine optimization, back in 2014, right? It took me 9 months to rank on the first page of Google, okay? Now, since 2014, 2015, my website still ranks on the first page of Google, and I still generate most of my customers through my website. And this is all from the work that I did in 2014, 2015. So over 10 years now, over almost 10 years now, or over 10 years, the 9 months of work that I did in 2014 is still paying off right now in 2024. That's long-term thinking, right? And it doesn't have to be SEO. Don't think it has to be that. But what I'm saying is, whatever it is, it has to be with a long-term mentality if you want to be in business for the next 5, 7, 10 years. So for instance, let me give you another example. Like let's say you wanted to run Google ads or Instagram ads, right? Which is they're both great platforms. And the thing that's good about those is that you get results fairly quickly. And I don't mean necessarily good results in terms of, you're booking out your schedule, but you do see traction a lot faster because you're paying for these ads. Now, again, it's great that you can see faster results, but the downside is you have to pay for that, right? So, $300 a month, $500 a month. Now, yes, you see results, but it takes time to really optimize the campaign. It might take 3 months to really optimize it. So again, you get faster results because that's the nature of the platform, right? You're spending money on ads, so you get to see the metrics much faster. But even that being said, you need to have a long-term mentality of saying, okay, well, at a minimum, you have to spend 3 months running these ads in order for them to work and really optimize them. But even aside from that, you have to optimize everything in your business. First of all, just because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do that in business. And again, does it make sense to run ads for a whole year? I mean, if you're doing them right, you are. If you're patient with them, you are. If you're optimizing everything in your process to make sure you're capitalizing on everything that you can, it does, right? Because if you spend $500 a month, you get, I'm making numbers up, you get 10 phone calls, right? And you're saying, only two of those calls booked, and that was it's called $800, right? Well, if you spend $500 on ads and you booked $800 worth of work, well, now it's not profit, but at least you broke even, right? And again, if only 2 of those 10 calls booked, what are you doing with the other 8 people that called you to nurture them, to book them into your calendar? Do they call and then you're just like, oh, okay, you don't want to book, so I guess I'll never talk to you again? Do you not can you put them on an email list and send an email out? Can you just again, like I said earlier, can you just text them a week later? Can you follow up on them? Are you doing what you need to do as a business owner to capitalize on these leads? Or after that one call, you're like, oh, well, that's it. That's on you. That's 100% on you. So yes, ads are faster in terms of you get the results faster, but it's still going to take you still want to have that long-term mentality of playing the long game and not just, turning them off because 1 month you didn't make quadruple the return on investment, you know? Next is like Instagram and TikTok, right? Those are also great platforms. TikTok might be banned, but those are two great platforms. They're free, right? But the problem with that is now it's free, so you don't pay anything. But now it could take quite a long time for you to build some traction and gain some following and views on those platforms, right? Now, again, like, you know, you might post 5 videos, 30 videos, 60 videos, and like, you don't really gain much traction. Again, it doesn't mean that the platform doesn't work. It just means the way you're doing it isn't working. So you need to have a long-term mentality with that. And again, SEO, search engine optimization, that's free for the most part because you still have to pay for, you know, if you're using Squarespace, that's like $19 a month. You need to buy your domain, that's $12 a year. So it's free in terms of you're not paying for it like ads, but there's software you have to pay for it, which is really those two things. And like so that is quote unquote free, but that takes a lot of time as well. Right? Like you need to look at it 6 to 9 to 12 months of like, okay, like it's going to take that long to start seeing results. All of these are great. All of these work. If you just want to run Google ads or Instagram ads, that's going to work. If you just want to post on Instagram or TikTok, that's going to work. If you want to just focus on your website and search engine optimization, that's going to work. But all of those take time to learn because there is a big learning curve to learn. Because you have to learn, apply, meaning implement what you've learned, review the results, tweak the system, and do it again, right? So if you're posting on Instagram or TikTok, it's not just posting the same style of video for the next 10 years. Like you're always constantly changing the way you're changing your content, evolving your content, trying different things out because just over time things change and you have to change with it, right? Running Google ads, it doesn't mean that you just set up the campaign once, you bid on one keyword and you just run that keyword for the next 10 years, right? Like you have to constantly tweak and optimize those things to get the best results. So whatever you do, it's going to be a long-term thing. That's on you to choose what that long-term thing is. But if you just jump from one thing to another and do this and do that for a week and do this for a month and spend $300 here and maybe one, you are going to be so inconsistent and you're never going to get the results that you want if you keep on jumping from here to there because you want these instant results. Again, Google ads, Instagram ads, those bring you quicker results because you're paying for it. But even with that, you need to have a long-term mentality to really make sure to really capitalize on the potential that you have. So I'll go ahead and end it right there. That was a little all over the place, but hopefully that helped you out. I'll talk to you on the next one.